Hello and welcome to Regular Features Live. Thank you all for coming. How are you all doing? I didn't make out any. You just said woo.
On the way here, we were like, I was like, I didn't want to drink tonight, but then Joe pointed out that it's all right to drink on a Monday when it's dark.
Inside and out. It's lovely. I swallowed a spine on the way here.
A spine?
Oh, yeah.
I was eating a salmon teriyaki wrap, and there was a
someone's
spine
doing
in it. That's it. That's my whole story. That's my feature.
The salmon...
Was it
Salmons
cooked?
have spines?
They're vertebrates of a sort.
Was it cooked to the point where the spine was soft enough to just be easily chewable? Like my grandmother used to say, just eat it, it's fine.
Oh, I thought you were saying your grandmother had a chewable spine.
Well, she's not around anymore. I'm not saying I ate her spine.
Blythe funerals are an absolute nightmare.
We were all in the coffin just fucking fighting for the best cut.
Big china coffin, like a plate. Good.
Oh.
Are you sufficiently warmed up? Have that nice spine chat.
I'm going to cause some noise now by doing this. There we go.
There you go.
That's it.
That's what happens when we change orders.
Maybe.
Hey.
Last minute.
Oh, yes.
Guess what,
Oh, God.
guys?
Yes?
Now it's time for Steve's regular feature, Steve's Big Hog Adventure.
Oh.
As you all know, I recently had a go on an electric moped, and you could see me zipping around North London, happy as a whistle.
They are happy if you think
Yeah.
about it. That's a whistle.
No, it's not.
Go with it. It's yes and it, mate.
But I got the bug. I got the bug for riding the hogs. I took on a gruff persona. I got leathers. I had some leather gloves.
It's like Log in the 90s.
Oh, I'd love to live through a flashback of my life in your head. Tom of Finland, maybe? I don't know. It's just like,
Seen that one picture of you with a mohawk and created an entire character out of it.
Log is so cool. Is so cool.
was cool in the 90s.
But I thought I could recreate my hog adventure by taking you on a hog adventure with me in a choose-your-own hog adventure. So without further ado, hop on my hog and let's ride. I meant to have a motorbike sound here, but maybe one of you could do that.
That's the
That's good.
sexiest motorbike.
And you
Well-
think this isn't going to be sexy. This is going to be sexy.
You just think that because hog rhymes with log, and you keep thinking a big log adventure.
I'm thinking of Steve's thighs clamped around some chassis that's full of flammable liquid.
Breaking gas.
Well, here we are on the open road, rubber on tarmac, rolling on down this black ribbon, the smell of hot asphalt, hot ass.
Steve.
Asphalt.
He's written
Mingling.
that.
Mingling with the citric blast of the handful of wet wipes I shoved down the back of my leather trousers to keep everything fresh. We have nothing but the wind in our eyes, the sand on our lips, and the beaks in our pockets from that bird graveyard we rode past and decided to plunder for precious beaks. But we both have one thing that's more important than beaks, and that's one another. You and I, me and you, and the hog. Beep, beep. I meant to have a beeping sound. I forgot that too.
Sounded like Herbie, the love hog.
We have no destination, but the compass of our hearts and the GPS of our minds tells us where to go. West, into the sun-bleached desert where the cactuses and the cow skulls live. A lifeless and rocky terrain bisected by an unfeeling highway. We have two choices. Do we? A. Indulge ourselves with a cool introductory credit sequence that really establishes the general vibe of the feature. Or B. Pull over in search of treasure, which is why we came out here after all.
Treasure.
I want a credit sequence.
I want a credit sequence.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that later on, and I wrote it.
I got the feeling you
What
had.
if we're in it? That would be awesome.
Well, he hasn't got his phone with him, like to do noises or anything like that. So,
You are in it. You are the collective other person on the
no,
bike.
but in the credit sequence, I thought it'd be musical.
So it's 3 running into like a pyramid formation behind you. While you steer.
Close-up of a lizard on a rock, craning his scaly head toward the noon sun. The lizard scuttles away, startled by the sound of an approaching hog, and the camera pans upwards to reveal the highway as me, you, and the hog zoom past, a billowing cloud of dirt in our wake. The camera pans back down to the rock, and on the rock is written the name of the feature, Steve's Big Hog Adventure. Jump cut to a mounted camera at the front of the hog as we speed along the road, the soft suspension causing the frame to gently undulate as we roar across the endless desert. The word starring appears in large white letters. Jump cut to another angle of the hog, this time from slightly behind and close to the road. The word me appears on the screen. After a second, another cut. Now we're above the hog looking directly down before the word you appears. One last cut to the static camera 100 meters in front of the hog, pointing across the road. We freeze frame at the exact moment the bike enters the center of the shot. The words, "and the hog," appear on the screen. You go in search of treasure now.
I love that non-choice. That's like, if you kill the skeleton, turn to 27.
I'm glad I was overruled on that. I'm just going to say that was fantastic.
I pull the hog over to the side of the road, which is no small feat. The open road is like crack cocaine to a hog, and our hog is no different, growling like an impatient grandmother as it comes to a standstill. You feed a bag of peanuts into the exhaust pipe, which calms the hog down for long enough that we can hop off and go in search of treasure. Where are we going to find the treasure, boys? Is it A, punch open a cactus in case there are coins inside? B, look underneath the hog in case you unintentionally parked on top of a crown? Or C, I bet that lizard from the credit sequence knows where the treasure is. I've seen the 2011 animated film Rango. The lizard in that knew lots of things and could speak English. He became the sheriff of a town of desert creatures and thwarted an evil plot to cause a drought. If the lizard from the credit sequence is anything like the lizard from Rango, we can torture him until he tells us where the treasure is.
Torture the credit lizard.
Torture the credit lizard.
I love it when you go half wiki.
You successfully track down the lizard from the opening credits and begin torturing it, smashing its tiny legs up with a toffee hammer and poking hot pins into its eyes. After 3 hours of this, the lizard says...
Crown!
They're hot from the heat of the deserts. We didn't heat them up. It's not. We're not monsters.
The lizard says, the treasure is under the hog, and then dies. Hooray!
I can't help but feel somewhat responsible for that death.
Let's disrespect his evidence by searching the cactus.
Yeah, punch the cactus.
I don't believe that tortured lizard.
Just hit the cactus with its body.
He went down a little bit too easily.
You uppercut the absolute shit out of a cactus, but find nothing of any value inside. You've got one more thing you can do.
Crown.
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 Yeah.
Are we sure it's dead?
Peering under the hog, you spot a single jewel-encrusted crown. Nice one.
Thanks,
With the
credit
crown
lizard.
safely in our possession, we jump on the hog and fire up the engine. It roars with excitement, bold as brass, like a football fan who's seen a goal. The hog is real thirsty for the road. It's actually kind of embarrassing how it's losing its shit. And you're glad nobody is around to hear how much noise the hog makes as it accelerates down the highway. As the sun descends toward the distant horizon, you begin to resent the hog. But you have time to visit one last place on your big hog adventure. Do you, A, go right off the edge of a big cliff, killing you, me, and hopefully the hog, which over the course of our adventure, we've come to despise? Or B,
This is
ride
rapid.
I needed to pinch this one off. Do you ride into a tunnel on the side of the canyon wall, which has a 50% chance of being an elaborate painting of a tunnel?
That's gonna. Fuck you, Steve. I have that exact thing in my fucking pizza.
Really? I love when this happens. It's so good. Synergy.
Yeah, honestly, no one will ever laugh at a fucking painted tunnel joke again.
No, that's it.
I want you to boo it when he does it.
Genuinely my favourite joke in the whole thing. Fuck!
Joke thief. Joke thief.
That would be... No.
Sorry.
So we don't have to. We can go off a cliff then.
Tunnel.
Okay.
Lean into it.
Has anyone got a coin?
What?
Coin.
Have you got a coin?
Yeah.
Oh.
What from the...
A 50% chance of it being a painting.
Oh, okay.
I thought this was a cactus thing.
Ready?
Go on.
Cactus.
Tails means it's a tunnel.
Okay. It is. Tails. It's a tunnel.
You sail through the tunnel and towards the cliff. That's the beauty of Choose Your Own Adventures. They eventually loop back in on themselves.
I've learned.
Can't tell. You lean the hog to the right, turning off onto a side road. A signpost reads, "Road closed due to the road going right off the edge of a cliff." But lucky for you, the hog cannot read. You grip tightly around my waist as you, me, and the bastard hog sail over the precipice together, our doomed fates now interwoven. I lean in close and whisper in your ear, "I love treasure." You lean down to where you believe the hog's ears would be and say, "Sayonara, motherfucker." We hit the ground and explode. Cut to stock footage of Hiroshima. Cut to footage of a man holding his wife. Cut to a still image of Stone Cold Steve Austin crying in the ring. Fade to grayscale as the word think fades into view. A narrator says, "Motorcycles are dangerous. Be safe. Never, ever ride a hog into the desert in search of a crown." It was a road safety advertisement the whole time.
Shit.
You pulled the rug from under my hog.
Classic Hogarty switcheroo.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
What do you two do between features while me and Gav try and sort out winning a bottle of beer?
Well, I'm actually going to be leaving the stage.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not going to be here for my
Sick of this.
feature because I've brought a very special friend.
Oh.
A very...
Can you
Someone just went, "It's not Matt, is it?"
Can you bring me a wig and a hat out?
I can bring you a wig and a hat out.
Thanks.
I'm bringing a... Never mind. I'll see you in a minute.
All right.
Not me, though. Oh, that's
How do we fill this silence?
Then he smiled at me. No, sorry, that's not a jingle. what? Jingle?
Yeah. Go on. What one?
What do you want?
God, we're a tight ship, aren't we?
What?
Hello. Would you like another feature, please?
Why you keep phoning me?
I'm looking for a feature.
Why'd you go a bit well said? Why'd you keep phoning me?
I don't think I've got one, but it's a big bag. I could have a rummage.
It's Elon Musk. Where's Joe? We're not paying you, Elon.
Hello.
Why have you sat so far away from the mic and then really struggled to bring it towards you?
He said hello.
Yeah,
I'd say
closer.
hello back.
Closer.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Elon. Shut up. I'm Elon Musk, the billionaire boy king of South Africa. Allow me to start with a story. I was a curious child. Once I was looking at my mother's electric toaster and wondering if it could be used as a means of transport. I attached the wheels from my toy train and a battery from the TV remote and popped my gerbil, champagne, into one of the slots. I called it the Tesla, toaster egress solution for little animals.
Yeah.
Just as I pulled the handle down to watch it go, a car drove through the wall of my kitchen, instantly killing my mother, father, and 11 of my cousins, who were visiting to play a full football match against a team of robots I'd made. It was at that moment that I swore revenge on cars. But that's another story. Since that day, my favourite thing to do is to take something that is normal and shit and then promise that it will be better if I do it instead. I started with the PayPal, where I promised that paying me is the best way to pay the people you actually want to pay. After I made my first cool bill, all I really wanted to do was kill off cars. And then my mind started wandering. And I started to think, if I did kill a car, would it make a car ghost? And what would a car ghost be like? Naturally, I think it would be coloured white, drive itself, and be completely silent. The idea was born. I tried to call the company Ghost Cars, but Muhammad Al-Fayed already had a company called Goat Cars, where you're chauffeured by a man with horns. So I changed it to Tesla in honour of Champagne, who'd been tragically burnt alive. Not in the toaster. I'd stuck him up that father-killing car's exhaust, and it sadly turned his guts to soup. Next came space. Space was a no-brainer, because Obama had cancelled NASA to fund that huge statue of Michelle made out of corn. My big idea for space is that the moon is old news, kaput, dunzo Washington. I want to go to Mars and build a little village, and fill that village with sex gods who can make it a nice country with only beautiful people, like Brazil. Hyperloop I had the idea for while watching Futurama on the toilet and imagining my own dump as a futuristic bus. And I started OpenAI because I was scared of the noises modems make. People often ask me why I do all these things when I'm already a billionaire and could just stop and live in a gold house. Elon, they bellow. Why do you insist on inventing things that are usually things other people have made up as a sort of joke for books? The answer is simple mathematics. Statistically, the more things I invent, the more chance I have that one of them will make someone, anyone, actually like me.
Aww.
The reason I believe we're living in a David Cronenberg's Existenz-style simulation is because it seems absolutely impossible that no one would like me despite all my cool inventions. Alas. I've forgotten to plug in my phone, sorry. I'm making different ones, it's fine. They'll be out in years. Stop laughing.
Look at me. I was also making this the album art so people know what the fuck the audience are looking at right now.
With that in mind, here are all my newest, coolest inventions and the cool sounds they'll make. Please like them and by association, me. Number one.
Gently sad.
Number one!
Oh, you've angered him.
A computer made of moss.
Ready to compute musky baby.
I hope it's all the same sound for all the inventions.
Number two. You know when Roadrunner paints a tunnel on a wall?
Oh, you really put the Joe into Joke Thief.
He really puts the musk into that must be a stolen joke. You know when Roadrunner... Don't boo. You know when a Roadrunner paints a tunnel on a wall and can actually use that tunnel, but then Wile E. Coyote tries to use it and smashes his face all flat? I'm making that paint. I don't get the feeling you like me yet. Number three. A helicopter that is also a restaurant. This is delicious.
That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Number four. Smaller, more manageable turkeys. We're but a family of 4, not a Roman battalion. What on earth are we going to do with all this bird?
Oh, fucking hell, shrunk a turkey.
Number 5. A shampoo that makes the elderly die.
I thought that the old person was shitting themselves to death.
I thought it was their skin ripping open. I was like, that's disgusting.
My 6th and final invention, and what I hope will make you like me the most. The Large Hadron Pina Colada. It takes a while to load. Oh, no. They'll never like me! Right, we'll reset. Might have to close the app. Oh, no. Oh. How's everyone doing?
Good patter.
These presentations always go wrong.
What?
It's like Tim Cook and the face thing.
Tim Cook's face was magnificent. As is. Oh, please.
It's the best one.
Let's boo him, that'll help again.
The energy is too high. I can feel my lungs inside my eyes. Turn it off. Turn it off. Well, I don't get the feeling that any of you decided to like me after those. I feel you need a demonstration of my inventing prowess that's more practical. Today, we will crowdsource a new invention that I will make on stage. Now,
Oh, this is...
my muscat. I have a series of technology buzzwords, and out of this I will create an invention the likes of which someone's only me have seen. Steve, would you like to take the first one? What do you got?
We've got a hidden compartment.
Hidden compartment, number 1. That will be in there.
Should I dig deep, or have you deliberately placed
Do
the ones?
do whatever you want.
Okay, all right.
Do what you want.
I've got could smell of dick.
Could smell of dick.
It could.
But then again, it couldn't.
I got rethink/reversioning.
Okay. He's got to rethink. No, give me the hat back. All right, you.
I don't like it when you shout at me, I tell you that.
This is very bad made microphone. I'll make a better one. Right. Take 1. What does it say?
Beyond millennial.
Beyond millennial. Okay.
That
You.
mask is fucking grotesque, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, it came
I
out yet.
really don't like it.
Disruptor.
Disruptor. All right.
Gigabytes.
Gigabytes. You. No, pick the big one, though.
Not a car because cars are murderers.
Good. I'm done with you. Right. I'm going to add one. I'm going to add one that was definitely in there. It says, please make it finger-shaped. Now, give me a second.
Joe. I mean, Elon.
Come. Oh.
It's a finger-shaped USB pen in a hidden compartment with 4 gigabytes in it.
Oh. And it's not a car.
It's not a car.
That could smell of dick.
Well,
That's definitely a reversion of something that I love.
yes. That's literally it.
Did you get that from a Resident Evil event or the Evil Within press event?
No, I made it in my pocket now. Well, applaud, goddammit.
They were waiting for permission because they respect you, Elon.
Oh my God, it's Joe!
Idiots. I do actually need the top back. Good.
Yeah, that's mine. Joe, little peek behind the curtain. Joe came in to me at lunch while I was hurriedly trying to shape my feature. Went, "What's the shittest thing we have in the office?" And then we both basically at the same time went, "The Resident Evil 7 finger USB."
Oh, I remember that press event. It was beyond my time in the
That
games
mate,
industry.
they sold that. That wasn't even from a press event. They literally sold that. If you bought the collector's edition for Resident Evil 7, that was what you got. You got that as part of it. Like seriously, yeah.
That shuts per Capcom.
Yeah.
Did I get the publisher right?
Yeah.
Fuck, thank God
Done.
for that.
Still got it, baby. Still got it.
All right, who's next? Oh, is it Gav? Good. Yes.
You got to do that through all of it now.
Like a bed.
Who knows what Uber is? Who uses Uber? Apparently you're not meant to. Apparently they're shit for different reasons that I think they're naughty with tax.
1 in 5 of them drives you into the woods and kills you.
There you go. That. So I guess because they are bad, it's led to TfL not renewing Uber's license in London. People didn't like it, apparently. This is my audition for the news review. Hope it's going well so far. There we go. Laugh at my own joke. But yeah, no. Apparently, though, 43% of Londoners agree with TfL stance to not renew Uber's license. 31 said they didn't agree with it, and 26% said they didn't know. And this was a poll you had to opt into.
I really don't know.
Imagine just ringing something up. Oh, yeah, but the Uber thing, I got a fucking clue. All right, see you in a bit.
That just strikes
Pushing
me.
their way to the front of the queue. Get on my way, I need to fill this in. I have no fucking idea.
That just means 21% of people are just Gav and have nothing else to do.
But apparently there are lots of reasons, and like genuine reasons to dislike Uber. But I found the most one that you should, the most shit one that you shouldn't. So if you don't know, when you take an Uber, you rate them at the end out of 5 stars, but also they rate you. I don't know if you knew this.
Sometimes they rate you before you rate them, and I saw someone give me 4 stars. I went, "Oh, 4 stars, is it? 3 stars
Down.
for you."
That's the thing. You don't know. You don't know.
No, they
like,
did it.
what
He
they've
did
given
it
you.
on his little
Oh,
dashboard.
you
in
saw
front
him
of me.
do it?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, 4 stars, was it?" I shut up all the way.
Yeah. See, like, I like the idea that they can review you because obviously if you are a dickhead and then you see there's a dickhead, then you wouldn't pick them up. And that's fine. But I feel like I'm pretty well behaved in Ubers. I either sleep, and that's true. Like I can't be in a car and not sleep. Like it's.
I
don't
saw
know.
I saw
I was on a
Gav
train.
fall asleep in a taxi out of spite last weekend. They didn't have an audio jack for his Spotify, and he just slept just like in the
Oh,
front.
fucking learn him.
No.
Do you know the main reason why the drivers rate you badly? It's mostly based on how long you keep them waiting when they arrive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's one of those things as I discovered. But you know, I feel like I mostly fall asleep or talk to them about why there isn't a fake Uber when there's a fake taxi and be like, mate, you need to get on that.
You mean the porn video series?
Yeah. A friend of mine said that I talked to one of them for about 25 minutes, be like, mate, have you seen that fake taxi? He's like,
You think you're coming on to him?
let's do one.
I know you've got a cam on your dashboard. Let's
There's
do
a
it.
camera there, right? There's a camera on me right now.
You be John, I'll be the girl.
I just had a row with my missus. It's like a laugh from like 6 people who are really into fake taxi there. Which I like. But a few weeks ago, my Uber rating was on 4.78. I was pretty proud of that because, as you said, I don't look like someone who would behave well in an Uber, and I am. And but I had 2 rides that were, in my head, pretty uneventful. And then next time I looked, it was on 4.69.
Fuck that.
0.9 of a rating I'd gone down.
That must be like 1s or 2s.
Well, I think there's definitely... over 2, I think there's a maths you can work out. I haven't.
No, I've got it with Facebook ratings for my pub.
Okay.
Someone gave me a 4-star rating today, and I was like, who the fuck are you? And what can I do to make you fuck off?
So that's the thing. I remember both of those rides. One was to an airport where I was really close to missing the flight. So I just woke up like stupid time before I should have been in the airport. And like that was this. It was literally just me in
Screaming the
cab.
entire way.
I'm not gonna miss it though. No, that's just me just doing this for 50 minutes. Just screaming at myself, you fucking clown. But that was in my head, so you didn't hear that. So all he's seeing is someone like that. You're not marking someone down for that, hopefully. And the other one was on the same trip when I went away, I got a cab for 2 people home. And that was it, from a bar. So I really wanted to know why that I'd been marked down. Because I remembered a lot of one and some of the other rides. So I thought, but I felt like if it was big enough to, them to mark me down, I would remember it. So I thought, right, I went on the Uber website to see, like, if I could call them. And it's really hard to get in touch with Uber. Like, it's probably one of the problems. But, they list all these different... they list all these different things that you can get in touch with them for. And, under the heading general issue... The first thing underneath that, under general issue, is I was involved in an accident. Like, how shit is Uber that is like the first problem? You're in an accident? Yeah, it's fucking general, mate. All right, put you back in the queue. Like, that's pretty fucking ungeneral, I thought. But anyway, so I actually thought, thinking maybe that'll put me to the top. So I was like, yeah, I was in an accident. This fucking guy accidentally marked me down. But I didn't do that because people probably need to use that accident thing for real accidents. And maybe one day I'll be in an accident and I'll do it. So that's fine. Anyway, but I didn't do that. So you can go for, I had a different issue with my driver. So this is my first message to Uber. Capital letters. Piss take. All right, Uber. I did a bunch of Ubering last week, and I thought they went pretty well. First one was to the airport, and that guy was sweet, 5 stars. I even did it in front of him, which I fucking generally did. Like, I went, mate, 5 stars, you were sweet. Boom, done him. I didn't see him do the 5 stars. I said I didn't see him 5-star me, as I was too nervous about missing my flight, and I was cutting it pretty fine.
Why don't you say, and I'll take you tomorrow if my rating doesn't go down?
Oh, yeah, that's
what
He'll be like, I won't cut you tomorrow if my rating doesn't go down.
I know your fucking registration. I've got mates on the force.
I've memorised your face.
That was way too specific not to have been something that was said to you in the pub.
I got mates on the force. I was really bored. Second one was on the way home from a karaoke bar in New York. I was what I would call politely 3 sheets to the wind on that drive because we'd been to what was probably a racist Japanese restaurant that made us drink loads of sake. And that was a real thing that happened. But I wasn't racist and I didn't tell him. I was like, but I'm pretty sure I never said any of the racist stuff to the Uber driver, so I don't know how he could have known that.
Were you saying that to us or to Uber?
To Uber. Anyway, the point is, I noticed my rating had gone down, and I have no idea why. I checked the site, and apparently the only 3 things I need to not be a prick about on this journey to not get marked down are 1, short wait times. And I said, like, for the karaoke one, we called it from outside, so we were ready. And for the airport one, I was basically running alongside the car as it pulled up to my house. Like, I didn't even brush my teeth. Yeah. 2, courtesy. Again, karaoke bar was all right. I said, I think we might play some music on the way home. but I shouldn't get marked down on that, surely.
Saying
And I
you
said,
weren't racist doesn't leave leaves quite a big thing.
airport ride. I was too close to actual tears. And then I just started laughing for a bit in the cab because I was just like, imagine I missed this flight.
Like the Joker. Just losing it on sight. You'd said you were silent the whole way as well, so that would be fucking terrifying.
I said I was too close to actual tears and then just laughing loads because I thought I'd miss my flights to like take a shit in this car or be racist or anything. Not that I would ever be racist to an Uber driver. Chill out, Uber. And then safety. It says safety. Drivers want to make sure everyone in their car is safe and shouldn't feel pressured to break any laws. I said I can confirm that on neither of the rides that I pressured my Uber driver man to break the law, which it didn't. So what gives, Uber? I feel like something is up here. Tell you what though, just bang my rating up back to what it was. Maybe even add a few points because you're on the wrong, and we'll say no more about it. Cheers, Gav. Kiss, kiss.
This is a Black Mirror episode, isn't it?
I thought you were going to say more. I had time.
No, I was giving.
So Harold from Uber writes back, and I didn't think it was real, but he gets my name wrong in the first line, and I didn't get my name wrong anywhere because I know my name, Harold. So sorry to hear about your poor experience, Gab.
Gab.
Which you clearly have the gift of.
Because
I'm sorry, I have a cold.
It's those little personal touches that like robots do. They're like, I have one of your normal colds. Unfortunately, I'm not in touch with your Uber driver, so can't find out what the reason for your rating was, and he didn't leave any comments on his rating, so I don't have anything to feed back to you. I was just looking at our guidelines, and he links basically the guidelines I've just read out to him. Not read out, read them to you.
Wait, you didn't say this was over an MP3 file?
Yeah. That it was a pain in the ass to get his email address. I didn't mean to comment. I don't have anything to feed back to you. I was just looking at our guidelines for how to be a good passenger and follow those in the future. Sorry I couldn't be more help. Just let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. All right, Haz. Yeah, mate, there's loads you can help me with. Like why I was marked down for being an awesome passenger. I think I mentioned it in my previous message, but it's an absolute piss take. So the main thing I need help with from you today is why do I keep getting sent snooty Uber drivers? Cheers, mate.
Why?
I said, I know it's not your fault. I'm sorry if I'm using choice language here. I'm sure you're all right, Harry. His name's Harold. But I stand by the piss take thing, though. Kiss, kiss.
You've got to stop writing, to a taxi company the words take and piss. So they don't like that in there.
Maybe it's like a Darren Brown thing, but turns out I just pissed everywhere. And I knew secretly. Harold's reply. I understand your frustration, Gav. As I said, the drivers haven't left any comments, so there's nothing for me to check. Just let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. And I said, you right, or Haz? Right. I get the comments thing. Please don't say it again. I'm with you all the way on that one, son. Why can't you ring up the drivers, though? I know for a fact they've got a phone because Uber is on phones and they are an Uber.
You are an Uber.
Flawless logic. I like it.
I can hear Gav slipping into that fake Welsh accent he does.
Half of me, though, I genuinely did want to know at the beginning, and then I just thought...
This sounds pretty sincere,
Yeah,
actually.
half of me wanted to know. Half of me was just like, this would be a funny feature. If you can't be asked ringing them up, in brackets, and that's fair enough, I will ring them. It won't let me contact them in the app anymore, and it doesn't. It's like, so if you just give me their number...
to protect them.
Yeah. So if you just give me their number, I'll sort it out. And I thought maybe I'd get their numbers and I'd ring and I'd record it. Let me know how you get on with the phone thing. Kiss, kiss.
Did you say one of them was in the UK and the other was in New York?
Yeah. Harold's right. Unfortunately, we can't give out any driver's information unless there's a lost property issue.
Here we go.
Fucking hell.
And I said,
now you mention it.
And I said,
Hazard.
Harold's
property.
opening a window for you there.
Yeah.
It's like, unless it happens to be a lost property issue.
Like, this is a shit reply, but I do like it that he replies after this. It's a property, like my house. Well, he knows where my house is, then that's an issue.
I don't think anyone in the audience was expecting you to take that tack.
He says, no, I mean, if you've lost something. So I said, okay, fine, I lost something. And she said, what have you lost? So, 0.9 of a star, mate. And I want,
He played us all.
and I want it back. So I didn't get anything back. So I replied to him, same day. Hey, Haz, how you living, girl?
So we enter Endgame.
It's like Risk moving into Kamchatka.
Keep drinking at the wrong time.
We should be able to.
Don't I know that?
It's fun to watch.
Hey, Haz, how you living, girl? Sorry for seeming like I'm taking the piss, but I do just want to know what happened. I want to know how to be a better passenger and get my rating back up. I want to be back closer to 5 stars. I feel dirty and cheap at the moment. You've got to help me out, Haz. And then capital letters, Haz, question mark. This is the last thing that Harold sends me. There's more. There was so much more to this as well, but I had to cut it down because
Just out of interest, show of hands, who's on Gav's side in this conversation?
1, 2, 3. For the people at home, with pretty
Literally
much everybody in the audience got their hands up. Cheers, guys! It's really nice having you guys all on my side. That's fantastic. Log standing up.
No, I'm on your side, man. But not my Uber rating, but the fact that anyone votes my pub like 1 star or 4 stars is like,
Yeah.
fuck you. This isn't don't try to look even-handed here. Don't get 4 because you weren't perfect.
Yeah.
Give me 5. It's my business. Fuck you.
Shit.
So I said,
I
I'm
think
into this.
I think I gave your pub 4 stars because I thought 4 stars looked so much more genuine and sincere.
for the people at
And
home,
5
Log has
stars.
smashed a glass.
The reason you can't hear is because he
I thought
it's
about
more
this.
authentic and
Something
discerning.
let me down.
Why would
They're
you
not
give it
giving-
4 stars? Do you genuinely think it deserves 4 stars?
Room for improvement.
What specifically?
More free shit for you?
Or by the time the man did a shit that you told me about. I didn't. I wasn't there to see the big.
That was
shit.
your shit, mate.
I keep thinking there's going to be a ghost of a turd whenever I walk in. Like a California raisin hanging out in the urinal.
Fair play. If you'd come in yesterday, the air freshener in the toilet had stopped working and it did smell strongly of piss. That's fine. I'll take that 4. But you, a year-long shit that's been gone.
It's haunting.
Oh, my pub smells of piss at the minute. It's fine. It's fine.
Mate, you're
Never go there.
You're going to get
Don't go
4
there.
stars from these guys
Don't go
soon.
there.
Smelled strongly of piss.
Finish your feature.
Sorry.
Oh, that was a bit close.
I liked it. So this is what I got from Harold back. It doesn't even say like 2 or anything like that. It just says, I have received a message from the driver in New York. I think he spoke to him because I checked and Harold, it was in New York as well. So I think there was a bit about New York. It's just God. He said, you insisted on sitting in the front and offered him sake from a beer bottle for the whole of your journey. And when he said he couldn't have any because he was working and driving, you told him you were going to give him a 1-star rating.
That's why you made us tell you if we're on your side.
So I just by, yeah, fair enough. Cheers, Haz. Like the worst thing was as well, and this has happened a lot lately as well. Like I generally had no recollection of that whatsoever. So, as you say, like 80% of it was stupid, 20% of it was like real. I wanted to know why I'd been knocked down. And
Yeah, now you
that's
know.
why. No,
It's
I
good
know.
that you were memorable enough for him to actually think, yep, that's the guy who made me so uncomfortable that I remember it this long after. You force for fucking bad.
All right. To be fair, I was trying to help him out.
yes.
With some warm sake from a beer bottle.
The
I obviously fucking... I don't even remember. I guess I must have, like, tipped it into a beer bottle to steal it.
The beautiful sort of like circle of life element there is that if you had given him that sake, you would be pressing the "I've been in an accident" button.
It makes you think.
Have you threatened to give him 1 star if he didn't drink while
You
driving?
fridge! You fucking fridge!
I bet you pressed it up against his lips as well. Exactly.
Me and Joe were away on a trip before, and an Uber driver wouldn't stop at a garage for us to get booze or food, so I gave him 1 star. Joe went mental.
So embarrassing. I think it was my Uber account as well.
What the fuck is he doing with your phone? He can't be trusted.
What's next?
God,
Do one more feature.
I want a fucking just a cleaning jingle to break my stuff from that
Okay.
monster.
All right, choose it then.
No, celebrate. This is about celebration tonight.
Yeah.
Features!
They're regular.
All right, tonight I'm going to break new grounds. I am going to you think you've heard all the features you're going to hear tonight. Let me tell you, you have not heard even the beginning of all the features you're going to hear tonight. You've heard 3. You're going to hear by the end of the night. You'll have heard more than 10. I've got to speed up now because I am trying to break the world record for the most number of features you have ever heard in 15 minutes.
We have an adjudicator from the Guinness Book of World
Do we
Records
have?
in the corner.
Does anyone want to start a timer?
Yeah. Go.
We will have an update.
Just shout, go.
We will have no, the clock starts when I start the first feature.
Oh, we're doing the timing thing for reels.
Yeah, and
Afterwards.
after every feature, you can tell me how much time has passed.
I've lost my script. Can I just have the bit I have to do later? Oh, is that it? Yeah.
No, it's on the floor.
Don't worry, I'll hand it to you. It's all yours. So I just...
Easy.
All right.
All right, good.
Say
Fuck,
say
it's
when.
double-sided and all.
This is exciting. I'm excited. This is a world first, and you're all here to witness it.
And we've got
So hot.
Hazel Gilchrist from the Guinness Book of World Records at the back.
Hazel.
Wave Hazel.
go!
Genuinely here. She's holding a Guinness pint of Guinness.
Yes. With a medal in it.
Don't start the clock because I do need to pour myself a little drink. Yeah. Ooh.
That's vodka.
There's some gold in that, I'm sure. And a bit of glass dragon. Right. Don't worry. It's not going to be that many. Start the clock.
Go.
Hi, I'm Wolf Blitzer. I'm a political pundit and a keen kitty cat enthusiast. Yesterday, I went shopping for kitty cats in your beautiful London town with my good friend Wolf from the Gladiators. Sometimes when people say, "Ooh, I'm hungry like the wolf," people assume they are referring to me. But it is Wolf from the Gladiators they are talking about. I have just eaten, so if you were to be hungry as this wolf, you would just have enough room for a small dessert. Well, maybe I could find room for that cheesecake. Stop encouraging me. Oh, you're naughty. Anyway, in America, where I am from, we have special offers in our shops called 2-for-1s or twofers. And I recently discovered that in Britain you call these bog off. When Wolf pointed at a sign that said bog off pussies, I was so struck with the needless ugliness of the word that I could not take advantage of the offer. Luckily, Wolf from the Gladiators had no such qualms and bought us 4 kitty cats. Bold as brass, he said, "Chuck us over 4 bog off pussies." And what followed was some kerfuffle as to whether he wanted 4 or 8 kitty cats. And by this stage, I feel like I can say it because bog off pussies has become normalized in my brain. But then I think about the scene in RoboCop where Clarence Boddicker says, "Bitches leave." And I think bog off pussies would actually have been a better line for the remake. So it feels like something of a missed opportunity. Anyway, I've got my kitty cats now. I have called them Salt and Pepper because I keep talking about sex to them. And when they do a little poo in their literature, I say, poo shit real good. Good night. Good night and thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
Feature,
Joke alert.
feature 2, modern quiz. Are you a nice person in 2017? And now this is interactive, so you're in a position where 2 binary moral choices are available to you. Do you do the transparently evil thing, benefiting only yourself to the detriment of people you know and wider society? Or do you self-evidently do the good thing, which will benefit both your loved ones and give you a warm rush of positive emotions?
Good.
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 Yeah, nice virtue signalling, dickhead. Yeah, everyone thinks you're a good person now. Well done, mate. Mission accomplished. All your mates in your liberal echo chamber think you're so fucking great. Jesus Christ. I mean, the fact that you feel good after doing nice things, that makes it inherently selfish, doesn't it? Can't you just get over yourself for 10 fucking seconds? Oh, this feature is over. I can't even be in the same room as you preening shitbird moralists for a second longer. Feature 3, Steve!
Now it's time for Steve's regular feature, Steve's Dick and Where It Has Been. I would like to tell you about the most unintended consequences of places I have put my dick. 1, I put it in a box to surprise my boyfriend on his birthday. Unfortunately, I didn't realize you were supposed to cut a hole in the bottom and stick it through that, so I just took the lid off and put my dick in the top. This created the impression that I was bumming a box for my boyfriend's birthday, which wasn't the intended effect. Number 2, I once rested a pair of opera glasses on my dick and pretended my dick was Cyril Sneer from the Raccoons. Cyril Sneer is not a fan of the highbrow arts, so he would say things like, "This isn't even in English. What are they up to? And why isn't this in English?" Because my dick has no voice, and I'm committed to the bit, I have to do all the talking. So everyone in the theatre who couldn't see I had opera glasses on my dick thought I was a Philistine, which was not the intended effect. 3, I once rested my dick at the top of a vodka luge and said, "Look, it's Cool Runnings." It was simply the first thing that came to mind, and the implication that my dick was the bobsled of the 1988 Jamaican national bobsleigh team was not the intended effect.
Hi, I'm Condoleezza Rice. So good, they named me Rice. I'm here to tell you today about the 3 favourite videos from Lisa Riley era, You've Been Framed. The first one is one where the boy jumps onto the beanbag and the cat is sitting on it, and the impact catapults the cat right up into the air like some kind of fucker. Anyway, sometimes I feel I am that cat, and the impact of that boy sent me flying is the love of my Lord Jesus Christ. That was not a proper sentence, but yeah, you get it. The second video I love is of someone, that's Wolf Blitz's voice. The second video I love is of someone hang gliding into the side of a caravan. I like to imagine that person seeing the caravan coming towards them, but not having the skill or strength to avoid the inevitable crash. And in a way, that caravan is like God's judgment. Inevitable, unyielding, and unmovable. Unless you've got a car. But they didn't have cars back then, did they? So caravans had to stay put. Like God's love. The final video is of an old woman at a wedding whose chair falls over and she collapses to the ground. This doesn't remind me of God, but it looked like it really fucking hurt, and I laughed for 2 minutes. I mean, they're really fragile at that age. Fucking hilarious. Anyway, got to go. No idea what I do these days, but I've got to get back to it. Ta-ra!
Feature 5, the newest colours in the Farrow and Ball expensive paint range. I will now read out the new colours from the 2018 Farrow and Ball paint range in a dispassionate voice. Cleveland Everyman. Dong Brown Ford Fiesta. Thin grey fist puddle. Yuck, I am laughing at yellow. Yuck, yuck. Never dry red. Dog mauve. Big maroon. Darren, that's really not the orange we agreed on. Some yellow this turned out to be. Oh, you painted it grey. This home is now a house magnolia. I ache for the days when this wall wasn't blue. No amount of pink can stop the memories of those final months. I have painted the door shut with the last of this black. Let this house become my tomb. Fuck, I'm hungry, beige.
I'm wasting precious seconds because I was reading along with you instead of queuing the next fucking feature. Whoa,
We're at 6 minutes, 30 seconds, Log. You can still do it.
I've got to put my pin in.
How are we doing, Guinness? She's gone.
So,
She's dead.
anyway, I put an advertisement in Variety, which is the magazine that celebrities read, and I asked them to give me a vital celebrity confession that, I don't know, might impact their career negatively. I don't know. I'm not lost the script. I can't.
Sorry?
John here, and when I... Hello, Log, it's Olivia Newton-John here, and when I sang Let Me Hear Your Body Talk in the song Let's Get Physical, I was actually asking you to do a fart in my ear. Oh, well, all right, kinky madam.
Got another one from Michael Clark Duncan.
Isn't he dead?
Hi, Log, I'm Michael Clark Duncan from
Apparently
the Green
not.
Mile, and my wife doesn't know I'm circumcised because I always turn off the lights when we have sex, and I've glued some bacon fat onto my bell end, which to all intents and purposes is as good as...
Another one.
Hey, Log, I saw your ad in Variety. I'm Tina Turner, and you can nut my bush anytime. Oh, I don't have a confession. I've just been waiting to make that joke for like fucking decades. Ta-ra, Chuck.
Finally.
Hey, Log, I'm a dwarf out of Lord of the Rings, and I'm afraid the mines of Moria are my fault. I went on a date with this lass, you see, and I thought it went well, so I said, I'd like to see more of you. And she said, oh, no, you fucking honk, mate. So I said, no, you dumb shit, I meant Moria, the place. And she said, there's no such place, you lying twat. And I spent the next 10 years digging the mines of Moria. So who's laughing now, eh? Well, I hope she isn't laughing. I haven't seen her for a decade. She could be chuckling her fucking buttons off. That'll be just my fucking luck.
Right, next feature.
Here's a feature called Gav's Hugging Song. I'm Gav Murphy, and I'm here to say I like rapping in my own nice way. I like hugging when I say hello. I also like hugging when it's time to go. Bring it in, Steve.
Steve, get over there.
Oh, shit.
Hug.
Come and hug me, quick.
Quick!
Standy uppy hugs.
Hey there, Steve. You're a nice young guy. Hugging you feels as natural as pie. Our nipples going to touch through the soft white cotton. I'm going to lower my hands and fondle your bottom. Joe, mate, your turn. I literally can't reach over you. Tall bastard. Hang on. Okay, we got... Joe... You're bigger than Steve for a start. You're like a nice boy version of Miranda Hart. Oh, it's done this thing. I wouldn't have to bend to my knees much at all to get a lovely face full of your dick and balls. Look, let's do this. It's the final hug of the short song. I'm gonna throw your leg with my half-hard dong. Gonna make a mess, gonna spread my load. A wee grey tickle from my crooked chode. Stop hugging. I'm Gav Murphy, I'll hug you all. See me after the show.
Clapping makes this longer.
Final feature is a quickfire choose your own adventure. Your name is shit. Your name is Stoolbird Shitnest. You're a low prestige avian who eats and nests in human shit. Your eggs are filled with the kind of distilled double filtered shit that is so obnoxious that even you walk away after laying it. You constantly blink in a vain attempt to wipe away the beige mist that clouds your vision, thanks to an ocular lubricant that is 40% shit. It is the day of the royal visit, and you really want to impress the Queen. Do you A, fly around in circles over her head in an attempt to wow her with your glistening shit-spattered wings? Do you B, peck her shoelaces with your beak, coughing up thick Bristol fours onto her shins as you do so? Or do you C, lay one of your eggs, but piss on it to mute the stink of shit, then roll it towards her?
Piss on it.
Piss on it.
Piss on it. Piss on it. Piss on it.
All right,
Piss on it.
that's crude.
I'm really happy
Okay.
I didn't ask the girl I'm dating to come to this feature.
You crimp out a repulsive humming shit egg, then begin to piss in it. Unfortunately, even your piss is mostly shit and is flammable thanks to some paraffin you just drank. You think to yourself that the word paraffin sounds like a disabled puffin, and while you laugh to yourself, the egg begins to roll away. Do you run after it?
Piss on it. Piss on it.
Run after it.
You piss on it and and then you continue pissing on it, then shuffle your feet, trying to look like someone else laid the big shit egg with the trail of shit piss leading right to your still pissing cloaca. The friction of your filthy claws ignites the piss. A trail of fire shoots towards the egg, which bounces off a ramp and lands in the queen's mouth. She looks around shocked, and then to your surprise, she gobbles it up and pats her tummy. Make that bird prime minister, she says. What is your name? Do you A, say Theresa May to make it a political ending, or do you B, say, well, I'm just a filthy shitbird. I have no need for a name and no desire for power.
Shitbird.
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 The Queen smiles at you and says, then you shall be the best Prime Minister this country has ever has. And do you know what? She was right. I've got no more features!
Done.
What we got?
9 minutes, 58 seconds.
A new record!
Chalk it up, Hazel.
Stick out your ass, Guinness.
I honestly was expecting that to take longer, but it turns out it speeds things up when you read things really fast.
It was good. It was good energy, and the stage is a mess. And I'm not just talking about what's on here, I'm talking about what's up here.
So what time is it now? Have we run short of an hour?
Nah, it's about it, innit?
Let's get everyone up on stage.
Oh no, we've gone over. So yeah, we've gone over.
Oh, smart. It wasn't my
So
fault.
we've gone over. We're gonna get fined for that. We're gonna get fined for using fucking pina colada.
Yeah.
So can I do that?
You've messed up the side of the stage there. There's a cleaning fee.
I've not. Well,
You
News
invented something.
review have already texted me saying that I haven't got a job and I shouldn't have done any Uber stuff because that's a big part of their show now.
and we all pissed on it.
If the piano was still there, I'd just play a few notes in it, so we got charged 10 quid for that as well.
But thank you very much for coming.
Thank you
That
all
was
for
really
coming.
good. We'll be downstairs drinking with you, and I've got to hug everyone, so come do that as well.
And thank you to Stuart, the sound guy.
Stuart the
Yes!
sound guy!
Who lives in a
Always.
box.